involved with puppets since about 1977, when I met a puppeteer when I was doing various things at the theatre centre, and he needed somebody as a out the front person. And I'd always made things, sewn, drawn, written plays, all kinds of different things like that. So when I started working with him, initially I was just acting like a presenter, but in no time at all I was making things and operating the puppets and doing all the things that you need to do to make a puppet show work. The dragon is based on medieval paintings of dragons, and so I suppose when I'd been thinking of how to make it look fierce, and just, you know, the little tiny touches that you can make to something, either in the sort of sculpting or in the painting, that create that effect. But you're not kind of consciously making it be something. In fact, if you're doing that, it's wrong.
I'm bored. I'm bored too. There are no shops, there are no parties, there are no videos.
I met Becky about 5 or 6 years ago, and we talked then about working together. She was an actress by profession. She hadn't worked with puppets before.
We can ride our bikes anywhere, and there's no one to say, keep off the grass or be quiet.
She came to Puppets fresh, but she's a very good actress, and we get on very well together. She's got a lovely sense of humour, so we always have a good laugh. We always find things to talk about when we're driving for hours to do shows or setting up and that sort of thing, which is very, very important.
I wish it would.
My favourite venues that we perform in are either out of doors or in a community centre or village hall. I particularly like a rural audience because there's so little else going on for people to see that you tend to get just anybody. You get a great mix of types of people and ages of people, so you get whole families and people of all ages, sort of from the little babies to the grandparents. And I really like that. I like to make a show for a family audience.
Welcome, peasants all.
I think children do like puppets. I've no idea why this is. I couldn't start to speculate, really. As a child, I had lots of I wasn't that keen on dolls. I had lots of animals, soft toys, and I was always imagining that they were going to kind of suddenly sit up and talk to me. And lots of children's books have animals that speak and things that kind of come to life. And maybe it's to do with that sort of early feeling that everything has a soul, you know, and everything is sort of alive and could be animated. Maybe that's why children like them, because it's like their best dreams realised.
Dig! Oh, we should never have taken all that peat.
Well, they do say that your sins find you out, Gertie. And I think this is what's happening now. Oh, Lord.
I love the sort of researching, making, rehearsing stage, and then when you take it out to an audience, then there's a sort of a dynamic relationship between the audience and the performers, and it takes on a life of its own, and you soon discover what things work, what things don't work. I love performing. I would hate just to be the person that made. I suppose there'll come a stage when I'll have to hang up my performing clogs, but it hasn't come yet.